Joining me now, Democratic Congressman Charles Gonzalez of Texas, who's the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Congressman, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Some people saying that Herman Cain apologized, but he follows up very strongly in some ways, I think, doubling down on this comment, saying if somebody was offended, so be it. But in the meantime, this is a possibility that he would look at.
It's not about offending people. It's about being irresponsible and irrational. Let me get this straight. When he gave the speech in Tennessee, he was serious. When they questioned him, he said it was a joke. Today, it's half joke and half serious. I guess he's becoming that which he has condemned, and that is the quintessential politician. I don't know how he gets out of this. Obviously, he's painted himself into a corner. It makes no sense what he said. How do you apologize? How do you explain yourself other than simply saying, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I was playing to the crowd. I made a mistake. This is my real policy position.
But how concerned do you really believe that Herman Cain is about these comments in that, as I pointed out, and you pointed out, he apologized, but then reiterated the same thing. When you look at the voters that he's attracting, the more conservative in his party, these are the same people who in some ways turned on Rick Perry when he was talking about providing assistance to people who are in the state of Texas, your home and mine, their children who are in the country illegally but still want to go to college or have an education. We saw Rick Perry's numbers go down dramatically, and he was criticized by conservatives. So how hard is Herman Cain really willing to work at, I guess, clarifying these comments?
Well, I think you'd like to see him be responsible and admit to the mistake, regardless of consequence. It's the right thing to do. If you're going to be a policymaker, if you're going to be a leader, don't go and propose policies that are not workable, that simply inflame passions and emotions, that maybe speak to the darker side of what resides in a person's heart. Look, it's time for people to start talking serious policy. Herman Cain was president of the National Restaurant Association, which has formally endorsed comprehensive immigration reform as the answer. That's what we need to be discussing, not the irresponsible or irrational statements of candidate Cain, basically pandering to what's probably going to be the primary electorate.
Well, Congressman, we really appreciate your time. We'll see what happens tonight and what further Mr. Cain has to say. Congressman Charles Gonzalez of Texas, thank you. And let's bring in